Hello, my name is Dr. Ruthie, or Dr. Ruth Newstifter if you want to go with the full one. I'm a professional sexuality educator and I blog over at exploringintimacy.com. But thanks to the fantastic folks over at Funwares, I am here answering your questions on sex and relationships. If you want to send me a question, you can send it over to AskDrRuthie at funwares.com. That front part is spelled AskDrRuthie at funwares.com. So thanks to Funwares for sponsoring this series. So I get a lot of questions from guys who let me know that deep down in their hearts they are ready to be a fantastic lover, but they don't have a sweetie right now to prove that with, and they're afraid they might be getting out of shape as a good partner, especially when it comes to their stamina with intercourse. And I also meet guys who just haven't really had many in the way of sexual partners. They want to know if there's anything that they can do on their own to help make themselves a better lover for their sweetie. And of course, there's the group that already has partners but feels like they want to get even better and they want to know about solo practice ideas. You are in luck, guys, because masturbating is a fantastic way to become a better lover for your sweethearts. And what do I mean by that? Well, not just any kind of masturbation, gentlemen. What I'm talking about is a mindful but still really fun and exciting style of masturbation to get to know yourself better and to get to be in better control of your sexual response. So how do we do that? Well, the first thing is stop for a minute and think about how you learn to masturbate and how you usually masturbate. Now, this is not true for all guys by any means, but for a lot of guys, you've learned how to masturbate by rushing and just kind of sneaking it in and hoping you don't get caught and going at it as hard and fast as you can, surrounding yourself with the most intensely arousing images, porn, and things like that that you can find. And there is nothing wrong with that. That is a fun Friday night or Tuesday morning or whatever the case may be. Absolutely. But that's not necessarily the kind of masturbation, gents, that's going to help you to be a better lover. I'm not saying to get rid of it or not to do that or that there's a problem with it. I'm saying that you should masturbate even more in different ways, and who doesn't want that kind of homework, right? So how do we do that? Well, the first thing that I want you to do is to just pay attention to yourself the next time you jack off. I want you to look at the way you're doing it and no judgment, just kind of recognize what your normal pattern is and how long you usually take and the things that you do when you masturbate that you want to bring in to your sexual relationships with other people and the things you do when you masturbate that you would rather just keep to yourself and not necessarily reproduce those behaviors with other people. So now you have a little better idea of what it is that you do when you're touching yourself and you learn a little bit more. The next thing I want you to do is simply to slow it down. So if it took you a minute and a half or 3 minutes to masturbate the last time or 2 seconds, whatever it was, no judgment here, what I want you to do is try and double that time. And what's the purpose of it? I just want you to get used to feeling yourself, stimulating yourself. So if you want to surround yourself with those intense, fantasy and porn and things like that, that's fine. But I want to make sure that you can also focus on your physical sensations at the same time. So the first step is to just do what you do and pay attention to what that is. And the second step then is to slow it down a little bit and really feel yourself as you're doing it. How does your body change? What are the sensations that you get from head to toe and everywhere in between? But I really want you to pay particular attention to sensations in places other than your genitals. So what does your hand notice when you're touching yourself that's different at different times? When do your toes twitch and curl? At what point do you find yourself squeezing your eyes shut or really looking at the ceiling, right? Notice these different things about your body. When your heart races, when you feel your cheeks flush, what it feels like when you get to that point of no return. And, just take a little bit of stock in yourself and understand and start to feel these feelings. Just becoming more aware of these things will teach you a whole lot about your sexual response and help you to be a lot better lover with other people. Now, The next thing I want you to do is to mix it up a little bit. So you've masturbated a few times just to see how you normally do it. And then you've slowed it down several times and you've gotten to learn more about your body. Now, most of the people who talk to me, most of the guys who talk to me that want to learn how to masturbate their way to being a better lover actually want to last longer. So that is why I'm talking about slowing things down. If you last too long, though, it can still be helpful for you to understand what things really move your body forward and when you really get turned on, because that will be useful in either direction. But I am focusing here a little more on adding stamina. So now, after you've slowed it down and you've spent a few weeks just slowing it down, you don't have to double the time every time, but give yourself enough time to really start to feel the different changes in your body. That can be very arousing and a lot of fun. What I want you to do then is to spend more time learning how to play with keeping yourself excited and turned on and stimulated, but not having your orgasm yet. So a really fantastic way to have an orgasm is to, guys and gals alike, is to get really close and just feel that awesome feeling of being so close, and then to back yourself up and cool down a little bit, woo, and then slowly build yourself forward again. And to do that back and forth several times can be really exciting, and it's fun for our partners because they get to experience our arousal getting closer more than once, which is really great. The other person doesn't have to hurry up and catch up with their arousal because you're almost there, because you're going to get there several times. And then when that orgasm happens, if it does, if that's what you're aiming for, then it's going to be all the more intense for this repeated buildup that you've had and this repeated stimulation. So that's what I want you to start doing a little bit with yourself when you're practicing masturbating your way to better sex. I want you to get close and then slow down, get close and then slow down. And for some guys, this may seem really impossible because they get close right away, or they never get all the way there. But remember, that stage before is coming to understand your body more, and that will help you learn how to do that. It can be useful, guys, to use a stroker toy with this. Why? It can increase or decrease the amount of sensation on your penis depending on what kind of toy you buy and how you use it. It also feels a little different from your hand, and so when you're not necessarily feeling the grip of your hand, that can make it easier to really tune into the sensations that you are feeling with your body. So, take a look at different products like that and some good quality lube that can be really helpful for you as well. It's something that sex therapists recommend a lot too, is to try some sort of high quality stroking toy to let you just feel your sensations more and concentrate on that. Now, the next thing I want you to do is to really let your lovers in on this if you have the opportunity to do so, and let them help you out with touching you, because it's really important for your partners, male or female, to understand your sexual response pattern as well. How to tell when you're getting closer, how to tell how close they can take you to the edge before they need to back up again for that teasing back and forth thing. Sometimes our partners, well, I'm speaking like I'm a guy, so guys, sometimes your partners may really want you to just go hard and fast, and it's really hard to have control that way. So learning different techniques and movements and making your partner your ally and your teammate in this process can be really useful too. Plus, it's a really fun form of sex play to touch yourself for each other and side by side or at the same time while you're watching each other or just putting on a show. Oh my gosh, all kinds of fun ideas. So I'm Dr. Ruthie, and I hope this gives you some ideas, gents, on how you can masturbate your way to a better sex life and a longer stamina. I'm Dr. Ruthie, and I will see you at the next video. Thanks.